Poets and Pints, let me on that stage on the 21st. Please. This is part 1 of 7 of a much longer poem entitled, Don't Forget Your Remembers. So all things in our interactive and external environment arise from, but then boil back down to, a simple choice between love and fear. And all of life really is just that simple. But manifesting yourself or being spiritual, it isn't about hating or even fighting the fear. It's about accepting that it's there and then purifying yourself in order to unlearn enough to disregard the kind of fear-based perspective that a very question itself implies. And besides, if you give evil nothing to oppose, it will fall into the river, but of its own according. And so, on your way there, don't forget your remembers. Love for all other goods are contained therein, and truthfully, you needn't listen any further. Forgive. Forgiveness is a main ingredient in the recipe for grace and should be given freely to all, including oneself. And giggle. Giggling is a loving catalyst with the power to transform not only your external but also your internal environment infectiously. These are all very powerful magics. Make them, but also make a vision of yourself that is beyond fan-fucking-tastic and practice your way into it persistently. Every master took time at sucking and then revising before they could overstand their craft. Jimi Hendrix, he sucked at guitar at one time. Martin Luther King stumbled his way through speeches at one time. So if you decide you want to make art, decide to make great art. Live great art and learn to share it. Sharing art is an act of passion, intimate and uncontrived, like great sex or great jazz. Either one requires you to keep up a two-way conversation in real time with your dynamic external environment. Such is the language of love and music. If you desire its fluency, first you gotta close your mouth and then open your ears, your heart, and your mind, because you aren't actually listening if you aren't hearing with all three and in real time. It's very easy not to do, but if you can, it opens up another living dimension, literally. So, get yourself away from the hustle and the bustle of electronics and standard human interaction. Get yourself somewhere beautiful out in the country and sit. And in your silence, learn to hear the tune of the living fields soaked in a spring dew's sun-reflected coat of green. Learn to jam to the rhythm of the crackles that a brush bonfire does lay underneath a starlush, deep north sky, lit by the ever-passionate throes of flame and shadow leaping from the fire. Sing all the songs and tell all the stories that have true home in your heart. And it is there that you will meet them and yourself. And then, back amidst the masses, when you can hear the devas and the vagrant voices of the wandering traveler, and see them in the movement and mannerism of the animations around you, consider opening your mouth again and interacting. But also consider it's entirely possible they already knew what you were thinking, and that every word spoken aloud is a prayer. The devil is in the ego, but love is all else, and God is in the mirror. Or perhaps more accurately, God is the mirror. We just mostly can't tell that from the perception and the perspective that this particular reality has set upon us. And there is reason for that just yet. But anyways, lest I wax into prolixity yet again, until you get there, don't forget your remembers. If your grins are getting thin, just bring it in to the center. Love. Humans are here for other humans, man. Spread that shit.